I wanted to see if you could guess which of these are Beach Boys songs and which ones I made up for comedic value.
I like this.
Okay?
I like this.
Okay, first song, Wouldn't It Be Nice?
Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be?
No.
No. Hold on. Would it be nice? Would it be nice? I'm just seeing if that's something you could sing. No, that's not a Beach Boys song.
Okay, you're wrong. That is a Beach Boys song. Wouldn't it be nice if we
could...
Yeah,
you got to sing it, though. Hey, what's up? It's Michael Yo. Welcome to the Yo Show. You know what? It's brought to you by DraftKings. DraftKings is awesome. Spend $5 and you could win $300 in bonus bets if you win. Mm-hmm. If you win, that's very important. You got to win, Rudy.
Sure.
Can't lose in.
Yeah.
Like this is not for losers.
Yeah, DraftKings, we have a high standards.
We do. We want winners. And the only way you'll get free credits is if you win. Make sure you use my code YOBET. That's YOBET. 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 And I say it every week. You know, Rudy, I got to start pimping my merch. Because I was listening to some of the biggest podcasters and some of the biggest people I watch on YouTube. And they go, hey, why are you like promoting other people and not promoting your own stuff? Mm-hmm. I go, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I should have hats, my merch. But I'm wearing somebody else's hat right now.
Yeah.
But I love this place. By the way, read my hat, Rudy.
Yeah, Terry Black's Barbecue, Austin, Texas.
Best barbecue I've ever had in my life. We talked about it before. Lauren Compton, her husband owns this. Lauren Compton has a great podcast, part of Yo Mama's House. It's called First Date.
Yeah. You're doing it right now. You're pimping other people's stuff. Like you were instinctively, this is how great of a host you are. Instinctively, you always go for everybody else's stuff and not yours.
Can I tell you why? Because I think everybody's more interested in other people, other things I talk about than myself.
Really?
But yet my stand-up is all about myself.
I'm going to go ahead and disagree with that because my family was here for 7 days and all they did was talk about you.
Really?
Yeah.
They like me?
They love you.
Oh, I love your mom. I love your family. They're so nice. Your daughter, Kinley's awesome.
Yeah, my daughter, huge fan. Huge.
She's a great person. You raised a great daughter.
Thank you.
You should be very proud.
Yeah.
Very proud. And let me tell you, because my daughter right now, and I'm very sad, I don't think she likes me.
Really?
She's 5.
Why?
She likes me, but she doesn't like to show me she likes me. You know, where my wife, all over. But like, when I come home from home, like on a trip, 2 days, she'll run up to me, give me a hug, and I'm like, oh, how you, baby girl? And she'll just turn around like, fine. And then you see her smile a little bit. But she plays like that hard. I don't know. It's very weird. And I just want her to love me.
Yeah.
But my son, like for the first time, pretty much, I was on the couch. He comes up to me and goes, Daddy, just want to tell you I love you. I love you so much. But he's 8. You know, he's starting to understand it more.
Yeah. You ever seen the movie Problem Child with John Ritter?
No.
Yeah, great movie, hilarious. Still holds up. A lot of movies from the 80s that we watched when we were kids are garbage, but this one definitely holds up. Uh-huh. And he adopts a child, a redheaded kid, and this kid is a monster. But at some point throughout the film, as this child is just terrorizing everybody in the neighborhood, he goes into his bedroom and he opens up his desk. And in the desk, there's a picture that he drew of like all the people in the neighborhood. And there's like, they're monsters. They got like heads and all the claws and everything. But then it gets to John Ritter and it's this really nice picture that's like, Mr. Healy. Mr. Healy's the only one who's nice to me. Mr. Healy is the one, blah, blah, blah. So maybe eventually after your daughter decides to burn down a neighborhood, you go into her room.
So you said I'm a monster to my daughter? Thank you, Rudy.
And you pull,
I am a monster to my daughter.
Right now, anyways. But, behind the scenes, you don't know.
But, man, I just, like, my son has always been more like, oh, daddy, even when he was at 5. I mean, he was still attached to my wife. And I get that because, like, maybe this is too much personal business, but we allow our kids to sleep in our bed till they're 8.
Yeah.
Because I was against it. I was like, sleep train your child, put them in another bed. Parents need to get rest. But then as I read a lot of research, we were U.S. is the only place in the world that does that. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's why kids have so many nightmares. That's why kids get scared in the dark.
Yeah.
Like my son right now, at 8, he got out of the bed and he's super fine. No nightmares, no nothing. But I remember when I was a kid, my parents would lock the door.
Sure.
And make me sleep on the floor in the hallway. That's how gangster they would make me sleep like out. My mom would find me outside the door laying down. It would be a storm outside, lightning. They did not care.
Yeah.
They did not care. But we're a little bit more sensitive to it. So now our daughter is 5. So she's in bed with us till she's 8. But I think our daughter is going to leave the bed earlier. She's very independent.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's the difference between our kids. And I've said this before on the podcast. You never can give your second child as much attention as you gave your first because there was just one. Mm-hmm. When our son, it was all him. No matter how we try to duplicate that to our daughter, you can't do it because there's 2 now.
Yeah.
So we can't just ignore our son.
Yeah.
So they will never get the same type of level of attention our son got.
Yeah. You know, every time I bring this up too, that my buddy Dave was born in Calcutta and his parents left him in a shoebox to die. So
what? Wait. Where's Calcutta?
Yeah, it must be India somewhere, close to India.
Oh,
I'm not sure exactly.
And left him in a shoebox to die?
Crazy story. Yeah, one of my best friends from back in Minnesota.
Can we get him on the podcast? I want to hear about this.
It's a crazy story. Yeah. So he was born in Calcutta, and then he was called what's called a box baby. They put him in a box and they put him on the street, and they found an orphanage, found the box. They open it up. There's a baby inside.
So this is normal out there.
This is very normal. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very normal. Yeah. So they find the baby. They bring it to an orphanage. He's there for maybe about 6 weeks and then ends up in Minnesota in a place called, I think it was Brooklyn Park is where his parents who adopted him. But how Dave came to the United States was this couple from Minnesota adopted a baby. And there's a clause that if you adopt a baby from a third world country, they have so many people don't want to do it because it's a hassle, it's expensive. Yeah. You don't know, have the parents, have they been vaccinated? We don't know what kind of baby we're getting. But if you adopt a baby and the baby dies, you get a replacement baby. So this couple adopts a baby, and then about 2 months after they adopt the baby dies. Baby just dies. Dave is the replacement.
Baby dies at the parents' house.
At the parents' house in Minnesota.
Oh my god!
So then they give this couple, after their first adopted baby dies, they get a replacement baby. And
that sounds kind of dangerous
baby.
That you would give another person a baby after a baby died.
After the baby died, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they do a lot of research to make sure it wasn't the parents' fault.
I imagine. Okay. Yeah, if there's like if there's like a horse brand on the side of them or something, like, we're not giving you another one. But if it's like SIDS, or maybe there was just something there was a health defect with the heart, maybe there was something.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dave was the replacement baby. And the first time I'd ever met Dave, he was asking, because my family, for whatever reason, was there, and they met. He's like, "Oh, your parents seem cool, whatever." I was like, "It's my stepdad. He's kind of a pain in the ass."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "What about you? Where are you from?" And he's like, "Well, when I was born, my parents put me in a box to die in the streets of Calcutta." And I was like, "How about you lead with that before I tell you?" I'm like, "Oh, my stepdad's kind of a jerk sometimes."
You know, I tell people this all the time. No matter how bad you think your life is, there's always someone worse.
Way worse.
Way worse than, not just a little worse.
Yeah.
Way worse than you. So, but it's hard to, I guess, feel that or really be in that moment because you're just worried about yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. I learned that lesson the hard way when my daughter was sick in and out of children's hospital. I've talked about it before when she was a baby, but having that moment of like, why is this happening to me? And then you meet other parents who have been at children's hospital way longer than you have.
Oh, yeah.
And you go, oh, I don't have it.
And their kid's not going to make it, and they know.
And that's the other thing, too. Is
Can I tell you, and not to get too much of a bummer on this, but I used to, when I was on TV at CBS, every year I went to a children's hospital. And let me tell you something. These kids are going to die, right?
Oof.
But the resiliency, they don't know. See, that's one thing. They will never get to live their life. But one thing I think, and it's not good at all, but they don't feel the fear because they don't really know. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, my son was not scared of anything until he became 6 or 7. Mm-hmm. He had no fear. So there's no fear of death. There was no fear of nothing because they just don't know about it.
Yeah.
Now he's playing video games and people are dying on it. And he's like, oh, like, Dad, what's that? Oh, you go away. Like, you know what I mean? So now he knows. Mm-hmm. So now there's this fear. When they're like 2, 3 years old, they really don't understand that. It's more about the people around them that are sad. And they're in this. But one thing I looked up to these kids is since they didn't know that, they knew they were sick, but they were just living every day to the fullest.
Sure.
Because to them, the fear side never kicked in. Mm-hmm. It's just, this I am, and, I'm going to play, and I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to hang out with you, Michael. And, leaving every day, I would cry, but it's like, it's a thing where it was so sad to see the parents, because they know the kid's not going to make it, but to try to keep a strong face on for
Yeah.
them. It was sad.
Yeah.
It was sad, but
Yeah, there was a friend of mine that worked at a children's hospital in Minneapolis, and they have a closed circuit television station for like just the kids in the room, but it's an hour program Monday through Friday where it's like actors and actresses from town and like people that do plays and clowns. They come in and they produce this 1 hour closed circuit TV show. And then after the show, they go around to the rooms and they like see the kids. And my friend Cassie, who was a part of it, was like, the most fulfilling part was doing the show and then walking around and seeing all the kids. And like when you walked in their room, they were like, you were on TV.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I mean, I wasn't really on, but they were like so excited about it. And yeah, some of that stuff, man, my daughter is volunteering at the hospital now. And one of the places they want to put her in like the, I don't know what you want to call it. Like not the, like the preemie. The preemie, when babies are born prematurely, that she'll be volunteering in that section of the hospital. And I was like, first off, you have to have a huge heart to be able to do that. But what a great birth control.
No.
What a great way
100%
to make sure that my daughter decides to wait and to have kids. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Did your daughter, how old was she when she went through this hospital struggle?
She started at about 9 months.
9 months. So does she understand?
Doesn't remember any of it.
Okay.
Doesn't remember the surgeries. The only thing she remembers is because we had to see doctors up until about the age of 14 or 15.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, she doesn't remember. Like she doesn't remember the epilepsy ward. She doesn't remember the surgeries. She doesn't remember any of the. But it was 186 doctor's appointments we went to.
180. You basically lived at the doctor.
Yeah, for like 2 years. We were at the doctor like once every like 3 days. It was awful.
That's great. Let me ask you something. I'm getting all these scam calls. Has your scam calls shot up?
Yeah,
I just got another one now.
A lot. Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. I've also noticed that they're getting pretty sneaky with the text messages that they send outside of the calls.
Yeah.
They're figuring out more ways. Like my daughter got one the other day and she was like, did you do something with my car? And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, I got something from the state of Minnesota that said I have a ticket. And if I don't pay it, I was like,
I got that one too.
It's a scam.
But here's a problem is one time, because what happens when you have an American Express, if it gets lost or stolen, they upgrade your number and they're supposed to upgrade all the accounts, right? But if it's not like a large account, they don't update it.
Sure.
So I was getting this bill, like this text from a company because my credit card changed. I was like, that's a scam. That's a scam. Then I get a notice, it's like 90 days late.
Ah, sure.
And I'm like, well, I thought this was a scam.
Yeah.
Like, you don't text a person. You call, and they never call. They just text. I was like, okay. So it's kind of like a weird thing where everybody got to get on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's so many criminals out there. And now I just saw on the news. They're scamming. They're basically what they call it, digital kidnapping your kids now.
Wow.
So what they're doing is taking photos. We stopped posting photos of our kids probably like year and a half ago, 2 years ago, because I told you about the incident at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
We were walking behind my son, probably about 5 feet behind my son, and a person walked straight up to my son and goes, Oliver, and that just scared me because I know he saw us, but him to talk to Oliver, my son, like he knew him, freaked me out.
Yeah.
So we really slowed down on the pictures of our kids, but now people are digitally kidnapping kids, putting them on websites, saying it's their kid. Basically getting a picture of your kid and saying it's theirs.
Wow.
And then starting almost like a fake family where people believe it. It's like catfishing.
Okay.
Right? So then people are interested. Oh my God, your daughter's great. So they get this attention and they're just putting fake families together. And then what scammers are doing is taking a bunch of pictures of your kids and then doing that fake call. Like, we have your kid, we know where they are. We've been tracking. And because some parents put everywhere their kid goes. So they're like, we're tracking your kid. We know right now they're at this because they know they posted so many photos that, hey, we're at Chuck E. Cheese or we're at this place waiting for your kid. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, I tell people, like my son's so bad. We had this big conversation the other day. He wants to be a YouTube star. Mm-hmm. Do I think he could? Absolutely. He has a great personality. He's big. But I'm like, bro, I'm not willing to do that with you. Mm-hmm. But he's only 8 and he's pushing for it real hard.
What does he want to do? What's his niche?
He just wants to open toys, play with toys.
Okay.
Tell kids that, like, we're doing something at Disney. We're going to Disney, right? And he wants to be like, hey, it's me. I'm at Disney. Let's ride this ride. And I film him doing the ride. Just innocent stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is, once you put him out on YouTube, everybody knows what he looks like. Everybody knows his mannerisms. Even though it's on the child platform, everybody can watch the child platform. Like, I watch with my kids, like, all these YouTubers and stuff like that. So he's really into YouTube. I think he would crush it. I think he would destroy it. But it's like that battle is like, do you want to put your kid out there like that? Do you not? You know, because like Ryan, for instance, this kid made his whole family millions of dollars, and he's going to be set for the rest of his life. Yeah. Because he opened some freaking toys.
Yeah.
On that.
I know, as you're talking to me about this, in my mind, I just keep thinking, great, one more kid I got to compete with on the internet to get attention.
Right? Because my son, I'm going to be honest, he would crush it. He would crush it. I know he would. And that's my thing is that, you know, right now, it's weird. Like, when we were growing up, it's like, I want to be like Michael Jordan. I want to be this. Like, they're like, I want to be like such and such on the internet. Yeah. And all they have to do is hit record, and they can be.
Do you remember when there was a time it used to take 2 years to get a radio internship?
Oh, yeah.
Nowadays, you couldn't pay somebody to be an intern on a radio. You can't even pay people to do actual radio anymore.
They don't. No, they don't want to do anything for free anymore.
No, it's all, everybody, it's moved. Like, the whole landscape has moved.
I'm so old. My first job, I got paid $3.25 an hour. $3.25 an hour. And I didn't get paid my first year of interning at a radio station. I just loved it. Yeah. But I still think, look, I was talking to my friend who's a barber. His name is Elliot. It's all those MMA fighters we met. So I think you may have made this point, or he may have made this point, how we say the younger generation is lazy or they don't like to work hard. Well, these fighters are in their 20s and can't tell me they don't work hard.
Oh,
So there are there in certain areas. So we can't just put a blanket and say all young people are lazy, because some people are fighters. Some people are like programmers. Like, they work in different ways.
Yeah. Look, I mean, we're definitely stretching to opposite ends of the spectrum now, because on the highways, you have people in smart cars and Priuses, and then you have dudes in souped up 35-inch mutter trucks with Trump flags hanging off the back of it, and they both coexist on the same highway.
We're going to do a quick commercial break. We'll come back. DraftKings. And I don't have any here, but buy one of my hats. Get a club. Buy a Yo hat. It's on my store. See, I'm promoting it. Buy a Yo hat. Look at that. So buy my merch. Yo merch. That's my hat. It's dope, right? Should I put it? Let me put it on. What? Look at that. You going to be smarter than that. Or buy my Yo Panda hat. All right, cool. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Hey, what's up? It's Michael. Yo, we are back to the Yo Show. Make sure you follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Put that subscribe button up there, Rudy, so people know to click it. Click it, click it, click it. That's what we like to do on this podcast. All right, what do we got, Rudy? News.
So, Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys passed away.
Okay.
Yep. 82 years old.
All I know from the Beach Boys.
Oh, this is perfect, because the game I want to play with you is Beach Boys song or not.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I was like, here's the thing. I enjoy the Beach Boys. Yeah. I think Brian Wilson was one of the greatest musical geniuses of all time.
So I think they were on the list as the best U.S. band ever.
I could see that. Yeah. When it comes musically, talent-wise, Brian Wilson is that guy was
they said the Beach Boys, not necessarily, but just the Beach Boys. Other groups that were in there is The Dead. What is that? The
Grateful Dead?
Grateful Dead, Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, yeah.
To me, it wasn't on like high on the list or even on the list. But I was like, Nirvana was such a great band for that time.
Yeah, I mean, their body of work is only 2 albums deep.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah, maybe that's why. Okay, what do you got?
Okay, so I thought this would be funny because there is no whiter band than the Beach Boys.
Oh, they're so white.
That is the whitest band ever. But I wanted to see if you could guess which of these are Beach Boys songs and which ones I made up for comedic value.
I like this.
Okay?
I like this.
Okay, first song, Wouldn't It Be Nice?
Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be?
No.
No. Hold on. Would it be nice? Would it be nice? I'm just seeing if that's something you could sing. No, that's not a Beach Boys song.
Okay, you're wrong. That is a Beach Boys song. Wouldn't it be nice if we could...
You got to sing it, though.
Yeah, okay. So here we go. The second one, Surfing USA.
Oh, yeah, that's a Beach Boys.
Obviously, it's a Beach Boys song,
right?
Of course, yes. This song, She Took My Board and My Brother. Beach Boys song or not?
That sounds like something you made up.
That is something I definitely made
Okay.
up. Yep. Tan Lines of Betrayal.
Ooh. Can I tell you what I first think of?
Mm-hmm.
Tan Lines of Betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me think of that cartoon of that little girl with the dog pulling down.
Oh, yeah. Coppertone.
Coppertone.
Yeah.
It makes me think about that logo.
Mm-hmm.
That's fake.
That's fake. It is
All right,
definitely
good,
fake.
good,
Yep.
good.
Little Deuce Coupe.
Oh, that's got to be a song.
That's definitely a song.
Is it? Yeah. Because you couldn't have made that up.
No, of course.
How I'm doing this is stuff I know you can't make up.
Yeah, okay. Help Me, Rhonda.
Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda.
You didn't let me finish. Help me, Rhonda, bury this dead body.
Help me, Rhonda. Help. That's all I know of the song. Help me, Rhonda. Bury a dead body. That can't be real.
Okay, I made that part.
Okay.
I made the last part of it. I made the last part of it. Yep. Lotioned Up and Lonely. Beach Boys song or not?
That is a song Rudy made about himself.
That is definitely a song I made about myself. Absolutely. You're better at this than I thought you were, man. Let's see. She Dumped Me at a Denny's near the pier. Beach Boys song or not?
There's no way.
Hey, man, Brian Wilson did a lot of drugs back in the 70s.
Was Denny's, like, the only reason I'm questioning, I don't know how long Denny's has been. Hold on one second. When did Denny's restaurant start?
It's like
1953.
it's got to be like in the 40s or 50s, yeah.
Wait, say it again?
She
Dumped me at a
She
Denny's?
dumped me at a Denny's near the pier.
Okay. The only reason I'm going to say that's fake is because you had to read it. No, it's real because you had to read it to make sure you got it right. If you made it up, you would have known it. It's real.
Totally made that up.
God dog it.
Totally made that up.
God dog it.
Okay, two more here. Okay, you ready? Kokomo.
Oh, that, yeah.
Obviously, that's that
Coco,
one's, yeah.
Coco, Mo, Coco,
This song, is it a Beach Boys song or did I make this up? Sand in My Crack.
Oh, that's you.
That's definitely me, yeah.
Let me tell you, the only song I know besides Kokomo, Surfing USA, and there was another one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the song they did with the Fat Boys?
Oh.
Because I was a rap fan, so they did.
Yes.
Spotify, play Fat Boys and Beach Boys.
Yes. I see, because I remember when they did the Full House episode.
Hold on. That's not it.
Remember the Fat Boys doing Disorderlies? What a great movie that was.
Prince Marky D and those guys. I was friends with Prince Marky. He passed away like 5 years ago. But I was friends. He worked at a radio station with me.
Get out.
So Beach Boys and Fat Boys made a song, Beach Boys. I think it was Wiping Out. You remember this? Wipe out.
Yep. But there
That's
was also,
crazy, though. The Beach Boys would team up with the Fat Boys back then.
Yeah, there was a lot of crazy crossovers back then, you know.
But this is like... One by one.
Wow.
One by one.
You know what's funny is I bet the Fat Boys fans were like, man, the Fat Boys are really going to put these dudes on the map.
Right?
These guys are going to blow up after this.
It's kind of reminds me when Aerosmith teamed up with Run DMC for Walk This Way.
Yeah, there was also a lot of great collabs in the early 90s from the Judgment Night soundtrack.
Judgment Night.
Yeah, there was this movie with Cuba Gooding Jr. and Dennis Leary.
I don't remember that.
Oh, Judgment Night was great, but it was a lot of like hip hop and rap artists got together with like metal bands.
I
did
remember
a bunch of crossovers.
I remember the first time the country rap crossover. You know what song that was?
Country rap crossover.
Yeah.
Man, I guess I don't know.
Nelly, Tim McGraw, Over and Over Again. Over and over again.
Oh, sure.
Over and over again.
So I have those guys to blame for Florida Georgia Line.
All
Great.
them. Yes. So I got another story I want to talk about. Show the video, Katy Perry on stage. Fan runs up. Have you seen this video?
I haven't yet.
Let me show you the video, and you can put it in the thing so you know what I'm talking about. So a lot of people say, oh, she should have danced with him. But if I'm on stage doing comedy and a person just runs up on me like that, that's dangerous. And people are crazy. Let's be honest. People are crazy. You're crazy to just even get on stage, when a person's performing. And for all the fans that said, oh, she's being a B, she should have just danced with. No, you don't need to be on stage. Like, my point is, people are getting really brave today, really, really brave. And something's going to really happen to a fan. We saw it with Dave Chappelle. They beat the crap out of a dude. But if I was Katy Perry and this dude ran up, where was the security, first of all? But if this dude run up and they beat him down, I would be totally fine with that. You don't need to be on stage.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're at a time now where, doing stuff like this, it's more so because you're looking for the attention and probably the clicks, or your name gets out there in an infamous way, as compared to just working your tail off, much like Katy Perry, and working your way up to the top so that people will notice you. It's just, you're right. It does feel like we're getting to a spot now where people have the narcissism to think that they deserve to be up there.
You know why? Because the lines are crossed. Where celebrities, you see so much of celebrities are on social media, so you can interact with them. You can piss one off where they'll write back. So there is no line anymore. Where I think Denzel Washington, I forgot what actor, he told Michael B. Jordan, don't be everywhere. Why are people going to go to your movies if they can see you online? Or do it? So that line is crossed now, where if I see a celebrity, I can watch the video. So I feel like I know. It's kind of like when that person walked up to my son. Feels like he knows him. Mm-hmm. So now it's kind of like, oh, she's cool. I'm going to just go on stage. So there's no line anymore. And social media has killed that line.
Yeah. I remember watching, I was a big Motley Crue fan when I was like 11 years old. And VH1 had an episode of Vince Neil, lead singer of the band, having a facelift done. And as I watched it, I remember thinking, like, I don't like this band. I don't need to watch this band anymore. Now it's almost like they pulled the curtain back on the Wizard of Oz.
It was too much.
And it was like, now I see that they're just like everybody else. I just want to put the cloak up there, and I don't need to see everything. I want just enough. I don't need to see you get a facelift. You guys are literally devil worshipers, and that's what I want.
But at the same time, to promote, you got to do that today too. So it's this weird line where you have to promote. You got to be on socials. It could change your life. One clip, I tell everybody, could change your life. Like, you could go from nobody knowing you to everybody knowing you. So you got to play that game. Social media is a game where you got to play, and it's forever changing. But the line is crossed unless you're already established. Mm-hmm. Like a Denzel Washington, that doesn't need it. Like people that are like Bill Burr, to a certain point, doesn't need it. Dave Chappelle doesn't need social media, and he hardly uses it. Mm-hmm. Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr does, because he does his Monday morning podcast, which is fantastic. But certain people don't even need to use it anymore. But other people like me, like you, we need to use it to get more people to come to the show. So that's where that line is blurred. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Anything else?
Not much, man. I mean, other than that, dude.
Where are you going to be at?
This comes out on Thursday. This weekend, Friday, Saturday, I'll be in Salt Lake City at Wise Guys with Adam Carolla. The following week, I'm headlining Thursday night, June 19th at House of Comedy in Minneapolis. And then Friday, Saturday, I'm opening for Zhao Ying Summers at House of Comedy in Minneapolis.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Did you reach out to her?
I haven't. No, I met her one time. We did a show together in Los Angeles. I met her real quick, but we kind of run in the same circles. Like, she's really good friends with you and with John Kite. And, she does the Adam Carolla show a lot. But our paths have never really crossed, except for one brief interaction we had at a club where she was just getting off stage and I was just going on stage.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. That'll be a lot of fun. All right, so I will be July 25th. I'm only doing one show. Basically, I'm going into Pasadena, California. I'm doing a huge talk show in Korea on the 26th, July 26th. It's Kim Jong-un. If you're Korean, you know that show. It's massive in Korea. But the 25th, I'm going to do one show at the Ice House. Just one show. I'm not adding a show because I have to go to bed early so I can make this show in the morning. So 7:30, July 25th, and Rudy's doing a flyer for it. I don't know if he knows that yet, but Rudy's doing a flyer for that. So as soon as that's out, we'll start promoting it. But yeah, July 25th. And I'm going to bring some other Korean comics as well. I think I'm going to bring Dumbfounded and some other people, PK maybe, but it'll be an awesome time. Rudy may not be out there, but it'll be fun. And then I'm releasing a bunch of new rescheduled dates because they still haven't announced the new TV show I'm part of. But when they do, I can re-release all these dates, so that'll be awesome. Like it, subscribe it, do all that good stuff. Thank you for watching. We will see you next time. Peace.